This week's Realty Rant may be one of the most important topics we've talked about because I think we're going to talk about so many topics. Vince Arcuri from Ellie & Associates and attorney Rob Genders from Title and Abstract Agency are here with tips on what every buyer and seller should know when buying or selling a house, which is what we try to do with these Realty Rants.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gentlemen.
How you doing?
All right, Vince, where do you want to start? I'm putting the ball in your court.
We have, so many things I saw last week. I want to rant a little bit. The segment's Realty Rant. I want to rant on Evan Longoria a little bit. Last week he was on ESPN saying we shouldn't build the stadium in Tampa. We should move the team. I think Evan should worry about his .230 batting average and that stadium in Tampa and Ybor City. Ken Hagan, these people have worked so hard on this. They will make Tampa's real estate values explode. That is the best thing that could ever happen to this area. So no more duckies for me.
No, all right, he's honest. Didn't hold anything back.
He's on his rant right now. We're gonna talk about this after the show. If you go to Facebook and go to Realty Rant Live, we're doing our first continuum of that stadium subject over here.
Taking over the show. He's
He's on a roll
there.
right now.
I know.
A cheap plug. We could fall on our face. It might be an epic failure, but it could be entertaining. So I'd go Facebook, Realty Rant Live after the show, 11 o'clock, boom.
Well, but I do think it brings up a good point because I think one of the best selling points, for the Bay Area and when people even from out of the country are looking, okay, where do I want to live? I think Tampa stands above so many other great cities, right? There's a lot to choose from, but because of the sports, there's so much to do. You have the beach. I mean, this is a place to live and retire and work.
Absolutely.
It's one of the best cities in the world, of course, and I think we need to worry about the financing of that stadium in Ybor City. That's the name of the game. I just kept thinking about that. I keep thinking, wow.
We need some responsiveness there.
I need some financing for that, and I think that's going to be kind of maybe a hiccup on that. We're going to work through it, though.
I think we can work through it. And talk about what the market is doing. How is Tampa looking right now in the real estate market?
Well, when you look at the market right now, I think we're in a little bit of the bubble kind of is imploding a little bit. I don't think it's a major thing. I don't think it's going to be a major thing. I just think there's a little market adjustment happening right now.
That needs to happen.
It needed to happen. It needs to happen every 10 years or so. I think we're getting a little bit crazy. The good news, I think next year at this time, if you're a buyer, you're going to be looking at more inventory to select from. I think it's another segment, but everything starts with affordable housing, and our legislators in Tallahassee, Sardusky Fund, they keep taking money from that for first-time home buyers, and I think that's a travesty because that is impacting the market right now.
Well, it is a hot market. We know that, even if there is some ebbs and flows, right? Talk about what people need to know, though, because I think people assume that most real estate companies are the same. They're doing the same thing. They're using the same tools. And it's just a matter of personality of who you go with.
Right. Well, I think, go ahead. With Rob's got some great tools. I think as the market, to carry on what you said, as the market kind of slows down, we as real estate agent needs to do more marketing. So that's where Rob comes in with us.
Exactly. With Title and Abstract, we actually provide the tools to the buyer. There's a website for the buyer at no cost for them. They can set up their own website and actually notifies the agents on what's important to the buyer. Is it going to the doctor? Is it schools? So they have their own website for the real estate agents, buyers, and also for the real estate if you're doing selling as well. So if the marketing of the property is really important. So we provide those tools.
And we've talked about that social media. I mean, that's where everybody is.
Absolutely.
If you're looking at the city of Tampa or whatever neighborhood, you're going to look online first.
Well, part of piggybacking on what he said is, when you have these tools, you're able to talk about all the things that Tampa has to offer, that the stadium down in Ybor City for baseball, Ybor City itself, historical for Tampa. We have so many, Tampa's the greatest city in the world to live. And I think we have so many things here. And I think that's why usually when you see these national markets going up and down, we're usually the last to be impacted and the first to come back because we're such a great location. It's just amazing to go to these Rays games and see so many people from different parts of the country. It's bad and it's good, but you see how Tampa just attracts people from the north here, and we've got to capitalize on that more.
We have a little less than a minute left as we kind of approach summertime. And any advice, I think, for people sitting maybe on the cusp of trying to decide if they're gonna sell right now or if they should wait or what they should do?
I think, well, absolutely, now's the time to sell. You're probably the last of the Mohicans right now as far as the high market before we have a little price adjustment in 2019.
And then again, making sure you're set up with the right team, with the right tools to
Right
make sure that
tools.
you're given every penny that you
Exactly.
should.
Yeah, and
It's really about the marketing, the
It's
property.
absolutely the marketing. And,
Gotta
you know,
market your
in
property.
closing, I just want to say, as the seller, one of the biggest mistakes sellers make is I think there's a lot of real estate agents, when the market gets hot, everybody
Yeah.
becomes a real estate agent. You're going to see a downfall in the amount of real estate agents next year. But just keep in mind, with people like Rob, you as the seller are able to pick who the closing agent is.
That's right.
And just, kind of do your research on that,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of people just follow the advice of a real estate agent. Most of them aren't even representing buyers and sellers anymore. They're a transaction broker, another segment, but I understand we're out of time.
Speaking of
so-
another segment, head to Facebook after that. Watch the rest of our show for a little bit, by the way.
Absolutely.
And then go, maybe you
little
can do
bit
both
more.
at the same time. Go to
That's
Facebook
it.
and then look for, what was it, Realty Rant Live?
It's Realty Rant Live on Facebook.
right.
We'll be bashing Evan Longoria.
Oh, as if we didn't do it enough. All right, thank you
Exactly.
so much, gentlemen. There's the number to call today in the middle of his Facebook Live. Maybe you can do that.